Good morning, guys. Happy April 17th. Happy session 32. Today, we are getting into our power, people. So get comfy, get your water, get your power drink, which shouldn't be those nasty little power drinks, that give us sugar boosts and then make us crash. Smoothies will do fine. Herbal teas. Water with lemon. And I'm wearing black on top, but yellow for power. It's my only yellow that I have. My artist pants. So I guess to increase my power, I need more yellow. So welcome, welcome. We'll just take a minute for people to hop on. Okay. So take a minute. I'm just going to try to get a little more light in here. See if that works. I'll put this up a little bit. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So welcome, welcome. Today we are talking about getting our power back. We're talking about increasing energy. We're talking about being able to stop the blocks in our life that might be preventing the power from coming in. Okay. And I want you to just kind of come to your seat and start to move very lightly around in the circle. Again, we're kind of building up to this theme. This week is the last class live of the week. And so if you've done the other classes, we've been talking about movement and flow and kind of coming around the center line. And go ahead and close your eyes for a moment as we're just circling. We're going to do this more intensely in a bit. But for now, I just want you to close your eyes and start to think of right now, how you might exhibit power. This might be an empowering action that you've taken. And if you can't think of anything that you've exhibited, maybe you look first to somebody else. So look first to someone that exhibits power that you might look up to, that you might admire. Go ahead and switch your feet and go the other way if you haven't circled the other way. Just lightly. We're doing it real lightly to start. All right? Good morning, guys. So real lightly to start, just kind of letting ourselves come around that inner core. And I want you to picture, if not you, if not some action that you've done that exhibits power or confidence or, success at something, then maybe it's somebody else that you've exhibited, that you've been observing. And as you're just starting to move and starting to open the body today, we are diffusing. I'm actually diffusing two unique oils, Jasmine and star anise. Not everyone has those, so I've put down a few other ones. You could diffuse ginger, clove, Melaleuca, which is tea tree, Manuka, you might not have that one. And so many of these help with powerlessness, right? Star anise was a unique one that was given as part of the Loyalty Rewards program, which anyone can join, and Jasmine is just one of my favorites. So go ahead and come to stillness now, guys. Come to stillness in the center. Good. And I want to start with a meditation. Okay, I just want you to stay there in your body. I want you to feel the sit bones rooting down, those two knobby bones, right, rooting down into your C. Feeling that groundedness and then lifting up. And I want you to picture right above the belly button, this area of the solar plexus. Now we're talking about front and also back. So if you want to kind of put your hand on one or the other, front and back, and start to feel that area and picture right in the center, right in that center line, this power center. And we all have a pilot light within us, right? We all have this pilot light. It's always lit. And sometimes it gets real dim and we don't feel our power or any other energy center that we might be lacking in. But sometimes it gets real fiery, right? Sometimes it gets real blown up. And this can be a really good thing. Sometimes it can be overactive. But we do want to send that pilot light today into this area of the power center. Okay, we're going to activate that in a minute, but I want you to kind of picture there the color yellow. And when you picture this color yellow, what kind of yellow is it to you? Is it soft? Is it more of a golden? Is it bright and big and sparkly and fiery? Just kind of picture what comes to mind for you. What shade of yellow? What quality of yellow? And I want you to picture a time when you felt powerless or victimized. Go back to that time. Maybe it was when you were young. Maybe it was more recent in your adult life. And feel the fear, feel the hurt, feel the anger. Feel yourself at the stage of your life, maybe again as a young child, a teenager, or now, letting your body express the shape of your feelings at that time. How did you walk when you felt powerless or victimized? How did you carry yourself? How did you speak? If you're having a hard time still thinking about what this means when you were victimized, maybe it's a time when you were blaming somebody else, right? Or you said a lot to yourself, why me? Why me? Maybe it was something that happened to you or someone in your family. And so take a moment as you picture this person and step outside of the picture and examine it from a distance as if you were an onlooker. See if you can be compassionate with yourself, accepting and non-critical. If you can do that, okay, then next you're going to see if you can laugh at yourself and become amused at the pain or seriousness or the pathos of it. See if you can laugh at yourself. The third power center is all about being able to use the breath and laugh, find laughter. So next, go back over that scene and replay it with a different outcome. So not victimized, but imagine yourself doing something that changes the situation. Maybe you get mad, maybe you fight back, maybe you run away, maybe you laugh at it, and maybe you stand firm. Whatever you see it as an action of power, right? Not running away like I'm running away from a situation, but I created that power. If you need to call in helpers, so spirits or friends in the situation, feel free to do this. Use whatever it takes to turn the situation around. And when you have resolved it, pat yourself on the back. Feel the sense of wholeness and satisfaction and try to bring that through to your life right now. Next, ask yourself if there's anyone you're currently blaming for the circumstances in your life. How much power are you investing in them? As an act of reclaiming your own power, write their name on a piece of paper and set it to fire, saying, I hereby release you from responsibility for my life and its failures. I now take responsibility myself. And as you take back that energy, you are empowering yourself. And so if you don't have fire inside your quarantine home, or if it's too windy, you can write that name down and rip it up and then throw it in water and see the ink dissolve, maybe use a marker or something like that into the water, and then you can pour the water out. And so come into this power here, and we're going to bring our hands together at our power center, a little bit down at our power center today, and bring a smile to your face. We'll begin with one sound of peace, voicing our Om. Inhale. I don't know about you, but that was a little stronger for me today, a little deeper resonance. And so release your hands towards your knees again and start to blink your eyes open. Okay. And we're going to start to come into that circling a little bit more energetically now. Okay. So go ahead and start to bring your body around the solar plexus center. So now that you know kind of where that is, you feel that, go ahead and bring yourself around. And you can do this a little quickly. And what we're going to do is bring that inhale forward and quickly exhale. Breath of fire is big in this power center. And then inhale, switch your feet up and go the opposite way. We're going to change it up, go the opposite way. So go for it. Inhale forward, exhale back. We're going to do about 12 more times. Go ahead, start to slow it down. Whew. Whew. Go ahead and keep letting your body move until it comes to stillness in that center. Okay, awesome. We're going to start to come over to our hands and knees just to get the body moving a little bit today. Move this over here for later. Okay. So go ahead from here, and once again, right, coming into hands and knees and allowing our cat and cow today to come from this power center, right? Sometimes we have a tendency to bring it in different parts of the body. We're going to spread our fingers wide, wrists underneath the elbows, and inhale, drop that power center, drop the belly, and then lift the heart, lift the head a little. And as you exhale, arch in that middle spot. And it might be difficult for a moment, but just see what you can work with here. Good. Inhale, drop the belly, drop that power center. Let it hang out. Good. Exhale. Good. Inhale, drop it. Exhale. Do this like 3 more times. It's okay if you go a little fast today, but just see what your body wants to work with. Inhale, drop it. Exhale, arch it. Even if you want to come into very quick movements here today for these purposes, go for it. Okay, as we inhale and come back to center, we're going to do our little core strengthening here, but we're doing it today, of course, in the power center. So as you inhale, bring that right foot behind you, okay? Go ahead and start to make it even with the hips. You're going to bring that left hand out in front of you. Good, maybe you stay here. Okay, if you feel that this is really hard, where are you lacking in it, right? Feel where you're lacking and see if you can actually bring energy into the heart center, the power center, in the midline there, and hold it there. If you want to continue and make it all about balance today, you can go ahead and bring the knee towards the center of the elbow, and then inhale, lift it back up. Good. 3 more here. Inhale. The affirmation here, right, I'll actually tell you in a second, because as we're finishing here on this 5th or 6th or 7th one, go ahead and hold it out. Some of you might even bend that back knee and reach around and grab the heart. And grab the foot, and we're reaching, I'm thinking ahead of my, I'm speaking ahead of my thoughts. And then you start to let the power center shine through. That might mean, right, feeling strength in that midsection. And as you inhale, release it, stretch it back out. Exhale, bring the hand down, bring the knee down, shake it out. Shake it out. Let those hips go back and forth. So good. And then as you exhale, come back to your center, bring it all together. Release that left hand down. Bring, actually both of them will start. We're going to bring that left foot back. And so this might be your practice today, right? To let the hips come square. Feel that leg stretch out. And you might feel the center just here. You're just working on your strength. That's fine. Bring the right hand out. Inhale. You might stay there. If you want to continue, find some balance. Bring the knee and elbow together. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale. Okay? So the affirmation today is, I see myself with confidence, with power, with success. Or I have confidence, power, success in all of my ventures. Inhale, hold this out. Okay, if that's enough, start to pull into your power center, that right above the belly button. And if you want to go deeper, bend that back knee, reach around, grab the foot, lift through the heart, yes, but we're also concentrating on that middle center. 3 and 2. And as you inhale, reach it back out. Exhale down, wiggle it out. Wiggle it out. Side to side. Hips go side to side. Good. Just to stretch it out first thing this morning, we're going to come into our down dog, and we're actually going to come, oh, I haven't decided yet. I might do that later. Yeah, go ahead, tuck the toes, inhale, lift up and back. You're going to stretch out those legs and spine by walking the dog, okay, bending one knee, bending the other knee. So good. Now today, guys, you might need some props. We're going to do a little bit of balancing in a moment. So you might need a yoga block. You might need a chair is fine. Have a chair nearby. Again, if you have blocks. I don't love books unless they're huge like dictionaries or something. Good. I want you to stand in your down dog. If it's too much for you, that's fine. You can come to child's pose. But stand in your down dog. Really push through the fingers and the feet. Yes, because we are grounding here. Okay. Grounding is actually really powerful in this energy center. But we're also starting to take back our power. So inhale the belly in and up. Good. Let the head just hang for 3. Good. 2. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Glide forward into your plank pose. Okay. And maybe you can kind of come back and forth, wiggle back and forth in your plank. If you need to drop the knees, of course, you can go for it here. Now think about this, guys. This is like 40 more minutes in a power class. It's not going to kill you all day, right? So we're going to work a little bit. Now here, we're going to hold our plank for 4 more breaths. And 2. And as you exhale, drop the knees. Bring those elbows in. Lower down. Or you can chaturanga here. Lift and lengthen through the power center. Release the shoulders. And 2. And exhale. Lower down. Lift back up all the way back to your downward facing dog. Good. So walk it out again. Okay, we're going to come back to that plank in a few different ways today. Inhale. Good. As you exhale, you can look up. You can step or walk or float all the way to the top of your mat or drop the knees. Bring your hands to the hips. Walk forward. Good. Coming up to standing. As you root down, lift and lengthen the heart up. Good. Exhale, release. Root down, lift and lengthen the arms up, shoulders down. Let that power center not be too far forward, not be too far back, but right in the center. Right? See if it's hard for you, see if it's easy for you. Exhale. Release. Good. Wiggle the toes together. Heel toe the feet together if they're not. Root down, lift up. Good. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Good. Release the hands, release the head completely down. I'm just using a chair to modify. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Good. Plant the hands. Step back to downward facing dog or drop the knees. Come back to dog this way. We're going to root down through that left side. Inhale, open the right knee, bend the right knee and open the hip. Okay, now on this one, try to keep your shoulders square. Sometimes we open a lot, but try to keep your shoulders nice and square. And see if you can open it that way by keeping the upper body square. So good. I think I had said, yeah, I tried really hard to mirror there with you, but I'm not succeeding. And then exhale, bend the knee, draw that knee all the way through. I'm going to drop my knees. You're going to step into warrior 2. And then open up into your warrior 2. Good. From here, grounding down through the feet. Really grounding, rooting down, lifting up, opening, exhale, release. Every time we release down today, guys, inhale, I want you to feel this belly coming in and up and almost like shining the sun from that center body. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I remember back when I really started yoga way back in the day, it was hard for me to hold my hands down. And my teacher said, I don't have enough power. I don't have enough energy in my power center. And so I really had to cultivate that strength. And 2. Good. Now from here, guys, I want you to flip the front palm open and reverse it. We're going to reverse it all the way back. See what the belly does, if it wants to push out or if it wants to go back. And see if you can find that alignment, okay? To keep that shushumna, that energy center, intact. Good. And as you root down, lift all the way out. You're going to straighten that front leg. Lean over with that imaginary counter and open up into your Trikonasana, your triangle. Good. Start to tuck the right bum underneath you a little bit. Okay, start to feel when you tuck that right bum under, it starts to shine in the torso. When you have a strong foundation, the upper body has more freedom. 2 more. Good, root down. And as you inhale, lift all the way back into arms out. You're going to windmill all the way down. You might use the chairs or the blocks. And you're going to come into your lunge. Good. So from here, finding your lunge here, okay, the back heel is lifted. The back heel is lifted. The front ankle's right underneath the knee. And you start to bring that right hip back, left hip forward. Good. So really feel some strength in this lunge here. We're actually going to move on from here. Okay? Again, I just need to be careful because of my back. I'm going to use the chair in front of me. And you're going to, but you don't necessarily need to. Your fingers can be on the floor. And you're just going to start to bounce off that back foot. Bounce off that back foot. We're just bouncing here right now. We're not holding it. Right? We're just starting to feel the strength in our legs. Pull the strength through the belly, through the back. Good. And then if it feels good, see if you can hold it just for like 3 seconds or so. Okay? And then we're going to exhale down into crescent. Lift it all the way up into our crescent warrior. So that means back heel still lifted. Good. 3 more here. Relax the shoulders. Good. 2. And as you inhale, guys, bring the hands, open the cactus. Maybe you release them. Maybe you even bring your hands behind you and open the heart. Stay in whatever iteration feels good. And then inhale back. You're going to drop that left knee down, Bring your hand to the floor or a block and start to open just into a nice little open twist. You can keep that back foot tucked if you want a little more strength, a little more open twist. Okay, any prego mamas, you always want to stay with open twist so that the belly does not, contract and restrict too much. And then exhale, release. We're going to step back to plank. So get there any way you can. You can step into a plank, a knee down plank, or you can come down to, you guys see me? You can come down to a forearm plank. Tuck the toes, forearm plank. Good, we're gonna hold this. 4 more, right? Feel power in that power center for 3 and 2. Exhale, release it down, lower down. Good, let the hands come down by the chest now. Inhale, lengthen through the heart. And exhale, release down. Push back to downward facing dog pose. Awesome. You can walk it out here. Feel what difference that made. Side to side. Okay, now from here, once again, we're bringing that left foot behind us. Like we're stepping on the wall. You might stay there. You might bend the knee. And then start to open the hips. And notice if the body wants to turn with you. Or can you keep the hands and upper body and torso square-ish. And then start to open that leg. Good. For 3 and 2. Awesome. As you release it, you can step it all the way through into your warrior 2. I'm going to drop the knees, lift up, step it through, tuck the back toe, drop the heel. Warrior 2, okay? Keep my booty to you guys today. Inhale, open up into that warrior 2, and then inhale, straighten, lift. Exhale, release. Root down, straighten, lift. Exhale, release. Good. Root down. Inhale, straighten, lift. Exhale, release. Should I turn? I'm going to turn. No one wants to see that. All right. And exhale, release. Now hold your warrior. We should feel that nice openness of the hips. But here, if you feel like dumpy in the belly, or slouchy, I want you to feel your power. Root down. 3 more. Gaze over the middle finger, that front middle finger. And 2. Good. We're going to inhale. Flip that front palm. Keep the same leg. Let that back hand just release down. Keep that power in your legs. Keep it feeding, fueling that power center in your midline. Head is nice and loose. Neck is nice and relax. 3 and 2. And as you inhale, come back, open, start to straighten that leg. Lean over that imaginary counter so you're coming into a wide-legged Trikonasana. Start to tuck the left bum underneath you. Okay? And shine out. Through the heart, through the power center, and through the back body. The universal, where we feel connection with everyone else in the world, in the back body. We're so used to being individual, right? Good, 2 more. Head and neck is nice and loose. Good, root down, lift all the way up. Amazing. And then exhale, windmill all the way down into your lunge. I'm just going to turn back the other way so you guys can see me again, but you're down into your lunge again. Okay? And from here, we're starting to feel the squeeze of our legs right into the midline. Now you can stay here, start to squeeze just for a couple breaths. We're going to feel that. Feel the power. Start to feel the long spine reaching away from you, the tailbone, but also the crown of the head reaching away in the opposite direction. And when you're ready, if you feel that power and feel that strength, you're going to grab onto either the blocks or the floor or myself, the chair, and I'm starting to just bounce. right? Rooting down, feeling the power reaching back behind you. And if it feels good, holding it just for a moment, right? Cultivating in that midline. 3 and 2. And as you exhale, keep that front knee bent. You're going to step back to the crescent, lifting the back heel. Inhale, lift. Just keep squeezing the legs, right? I'm going to work on that. Good, and 2. Okay, from here, you're going to drop, bring your hands into cactus, right? Into cactus, and then open the hands only if that feels good. Maybe you clasp them and start to open the heart. Whichever version feels good to you. Last 2. As you inhale, come back, you're going to drop that back knee. Come into your lunge. Drop your right hand. Left hand can come to the knee. And you open. Again, if you want more of an open twist, you tuck that back toe and then lift. Your version of this, okay? Good. And 3. And 2. As you exhale, you're going to step back into a plank or a knee down plank or a forearm plank, okay? Hold it for 3 more. Feel the power in the front body and the back universal body. 2. Exhale, release it down. Maybe chaturanga, maybe drop the knees. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift. Good. Exhale back to downward dog or child or puppy pose for 5 whole breaths. Get your breath back. Finding your mantra. I am confident, successful, powerful in all of my ventures. Good. And then from here, or you can start to lift up, or from your down dog, you can start to look up at the hands, hop or step or float up. Anyone who needs to modify, drop the knees, bring your hands to your hips, 1 foot and then the other. Good. From here at the top, we're going to take a moment in mountain. Heel toe the feet together if you can. Okay. Okay, now yesterday, in the last session, we did this a little bit, more stretching in mind in the side body. We're going to have the power center in mind today. So rooting down, go ahead and lift your hands up. They're going to come into steeple like this. You can't see me. Root down, lift all the way up. Inhale. As you exhale, go to one side. Doesn't matter which one. You want to root down through the feet. And yes, it's intuitive that the outside foot, the one we're leaning away from, is rooted, but also root the inside foot strongly and see if you can inhale into this whole power section, front and back. Send fire to it, send breath to stoke the fire rather. And as you inhale, lift on up. Exhale the opposite way. Right, so if your elbows are like wonky like this, you might bring your hands behind you. Or one hand to the hip. Try to keep them up around the ears. 3 and 2. Inhale, open up and release. Bring your hands to your power center. Root down, lift all the way up again. Now here we're going to do this interesting exercise. Just kind of picturing that we're the sun. We're the center of the sun. And we're going to bring our hands here to our power center and then shoot it up, okay? And we're going to slowly, or actually medium speed, bring your hands down to the center. And then once you get to the center, we're going to stop here. We're going to feel not forward, not back, just feel the center. And I want you to imagine this imaginary force. You might be able to feel it. And this, we're going to actually start to bring some muscle energy into our arms and start to push it down slowly. Right, so activating your power center, activating front and back, push it down nice and slow. Feel all that energy. Holy cow. Releasing, and you're bringing your power from the sun back into your body. Holy moly. Bringing it back. Yep, we got it. And then bring your hands here. Amazing. You're going to root down, lift and lengthen. Now you're going to picture that every time you swan dive all the way down. Release completely, or bring your hands to a chair if you need to modify. Lift and lengthen once you're there. Great. Bring your hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Go for it. Alrighty. So we're coming into another lunge situation. Okay, so you're going to get your block ready, or your strength of your fingers, or your chair. We're going to look up, lengthen, start to bring that right foot all the way through, or if you need to modify, drop the knees, bring that right foot through. Sorry, I'm not mirroring today. And you're going to tuck the back toe like you're coming into that warrior two again. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to release your hands either onto a tall-ish object, okay, or your chair, or your fingertips can come down. Your left hand's going to come to your hip. You're just going to start to bounce out. So your right toes are pointing totally forward. And you're going to start to inhale, open sideways now. Okay, going to open sideways into that half moon. Okay, so if it takes you a few bounces to get there, that's fine. If you need to start forward and then start to open this way, you can try that too. But we're trying to be challenging today and open into our half moon. Yeah. So again, if this is too much for you, you just come to that lunge first, and you're going to work on here and start to open here. Okay? So from here, if you have the half moon, you're going to really kick back through that back leg. Why? Feel what happens when you're lazy in that open leg. Feel what happens when you're lazy in the standing leg, right? Reach back like you're kicking the wall. If you have more to go, you can bring the hand up, maybe overhead. And if you have more to go, you can sugarcane it and open up, right? You can use a prop, it's fun. Feel that power center. 3 and 2. Awesome. From here, you're going to open up again. And here, we're all going to turn square. Come back into that crescent, right? So the back heel's lifted. See if you feel any more power here. See if you feel any different. I am successful. I'm confident. I am powerful in all of my ventures. Taking my power back. Inhale. Exhale. Release down. You can come back into a swan dive. You can just drop that back knee. Okay, we're going to come into our plank once again. Hold it. Maybe you lower down nice and slow, right? And then you inhale, excuse me, chair, into your up dog today. Relaxing the shoulders, and then back to downward facing dog. Good. Okay, we won't try not to take a break too long in the middle. Stay with our down dog, right? Come on the balls of your feet. Push that power center up and let the hips come up and back. And then gaze forward. Bring that left foot all the way through, right? Or you're going to drop your knees and then come all the way through and come into your warrior two shape. Pick my wedgie for you. I'm definitely going to stay here this time because I want to move my chair. And then from here, right, again, if you're modifying, you're going to turn that hip and come into the lunge that we did before. But if you can go right into it, right, you're going to bring your hand down 6 to 8, 10 inches out, or on the chair. And you can look down at first and start to bring that top hip over the bottom hip and reach back through that extended leg. If it feels good that the gaze can come, great. If the hand can come up, great. If it can come overhead, just keep reaching back from your power center through that back leg a ton. And then from here, if that back knee wants to bend and you open up into sugarcane, good. Feel that power you have. It's coming from you, y'all. And then inhale, open it back up. Bring your hand to your hip, square your hips, And then drop back into that crescent. Awesome work. Square the hips, right hip forward, left hip back, or whatever side you're doing. Okay, opposite. Feel that power center. Feel it's all coming from you, that energy. Well, from spirit, but from you. Good, 2. Exhale. You can swan dive, or windmill rather, all the way down into your lunge, or you can drop the back knee, come into your plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga, okay, or drop the knees, bring it all the way down. From here, guys, we're going to stay on our belly for a sec. So stay on your belly. Keep your hands in cobra hands. Keep your hands in cobra hands. Okay. And then as you inhale, bring your feet together. And start to lift. Keep your toes down. You're going to lift through the heart, lift through the power center, relax the shoulders. See if you can feel more strength coming from the midsection for 3 and 2. Exhale, release the head down. Go ahead and bring the hands below the forehead. You can bring the forehead to the hands and just start to wiggle out the hips. Good. From here, we're going to start to come up onto our right forearm. And we're going to bring our left arm just kind of neutral. We're going to bend that left knee. From here, we're going to start to see if we can grab onto that foot. If you have a strap or a scarf or a tie nearby, you can grab onto that with the strap. Okay? You're just going to kind of push it out. Push it back to lift. You can also push it in, right, to stretch. So good. Take 3 more breaths. And 2. As you inhale, bring that opposite hand down, forearm down. Opposite hand can just hang out here as support. You're going to bend that back knee. First of all, stretch it out, kick back the foot, right? So you can stretch your arm, fire up the power center. 2 more. Exhale, push it in, let it stretch the thigh. Last one. Exhale, come back down to center. Hands below the forehead, release the hips. Good. I am going to invite you to do a full bow here. So you might grab, and I'm going to show you a modification in a second. So you might grab both feet. Now notice that a lot of people want to splay their knees way out. I want you to bring it together. And if you've never tried this before, you might just try to hold your feet and notice where you are. I don't want you to go up and strain in this one, right? But the idea is that you start to bring the ankles back, feet back, start to lift up through the belly. Okay, and the knees are imaginarily hugging onto a block. And then I'm just going to show you modification. I actually used to do this when I was like 6 months pregnant. Bring my hips to a block, and then the block would be at the upper section. So for those of you who can go in full bow, you can actually do this 1 or 3 times while I'm talking. You can also just do it once, okay? And then for 5 breaths and then rest. So go ahead. The modification, I like to bring my hips to a block. And then this top block, I'm actually putting it on my ribs. So it's right underneath my breastbone. Okay, this is like if you can't reach your legs, it might be a little easier to reach them. It does require some balance though, some power. Or if you have a belly that doesn't want to go down all the way, okay? And then you can start to use this, make sure it's nice and supported. Mine's at an angle here. and my ribs are very supported by it. I'm going to grab my legs here and start to lift. You might not go as high as you want, but it's just a nice modification to be able to lift. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to release back down onto the belly. And of course, if you can't come onto the belly, you're going to come on your side here. Release the knees, so bend the knees, release the feet to the sky, and start to rock back and forth. Go ahead and let out some deep exhales through the mouth here. Let the air come into it. And then exhale. Come back up and through to your hero pose. We are going to do one more kind of empowering posture before we come down. Do some things on the mat. Okay, so a couple ways you can start this next one. I'll give you a few modifications. We're all going to start, I'll show you first, from down dog. So my hands are actually outwardly rotating. So instead of having them here straight and down dog, this helps to have more space for my shoulders, my chest. I like to create some more space like that sometimes. And then from here, tucking the back, the toes, and lifting up to down dog. Now the difference here is we're actually going to keep our toes together. So in our down dog, we're going to keep our toes together. And I'm going to show you how we're going to glide forward, and then I'll show you how to modify, okay? So as we glide forward, we're not coming into a full plank, but we're coming into like a 3/4 plank, okay? Just so there's room for our shoulder to come in. So you're going to plant that left hand and start to roll on top of the left foot. So the right foot comes on top of the left. And then as you bring that right hand up to the ceiling, right, the spine is nice and long, you might play with your leg here. You might come up into a tree posture, right, hike it up. And you can open up into your Vashisthasana, your side plank. If you are modifying, you can come and start into, there's two modifications. You can start here, and you can start into that Vashisthasana, but then you're like, oh, it's too much, and you drop the top leg, so that right leg, and you inhale, open. The third modification is from here. If you know that's all too strength building, you're going to drop the left knee. You're going to kickstand it behind you. You're going to open into more of a gate pose. Okay, still, you can find some fire here, okay, in that center. So go ahead, pick your poison. If you have been in there already while I was doing it, it's just okay. And then you can start to glide forward. So you're going to hold each one for like 5 seconds. And then when you're ready, you just come back to plank, your version of plank or down dog, and then turn over to that other side. Okay, again, you might drop the left foot down in front of you. Make sure the knee is over the ankle, or you're going to drop that back knee and open it up, right? So once you're in there, you can start to play, right? Maybe you even bring the knee toward the chest, or you can grab the leg and bring it up. And when you're ready, come back to plank. Push back to downward facing dog. Stretch it out. You can come to a child's pose here. You can come to a puppy pose. Good. Just feel that power you've created for yourself. And then exhale. You can go through a flow or just come down to hands and knees. Okay. Let's check the time. Okay. Awesome. So as we settle in onto our backs, onto our, if there's anything else I wanted to do, onto our bums, okay, you're going to start to bring the hands behind you, all right? Now, I like to personally bring my fingers forward, on these. We did this last night on session 30, but just like passively, just to kind of flow a little. But here we're gonna really work with the power center. So as you bring your hands facing forward, again, if your shoulders are too tight and you need to bring them back, that's fine. But as you bring your fingers forward, we're gonna place our feet so that when we come upside down into a reverse tabletop, everything's lined up, right? So this is the modified version here. You're going to bring the knees square with the hips. Let the hands be right under the shoulders. Lift the hips. Lift the power center. Lift the chest. And then maybe let the head drop. Okay, you're going to hold that for 3 more breaths, those who are in that. If you're coming to a full reverse plank, you're going to let your feet come out more. Bring your feet together. Okay, your knees are bent just slightly. And it's also called a belly push in terms of like the power center. So as you're rooting down, you lift up and push that power center up. See if the toes can come down all the way. Keep breathing. Beautiful. 3. Keep breathing. And 2. And as you exhale, release everything down. Good. You're going to come into your seat and start to bend your knees here. I'm going to modify this one for my back, but you can do full boat pose here. So the modification would be to bring both legs up and the hands can stay here behind you. If you're doing full boat, you can start to grab behind the legs. The spine stays nice and straight. You don't want to curl at all here, right? Nice and straight. The legs might come into straight and you might release, okay? Otherwise, you're modifying. Hold it for 5, 4, and 3, and 2. Those of you who are in full bow, go ahead, everyone drop the feet, but you're going to come back here with us. So bring the hands down. And what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, straighten out, and exhale just 5 times. Okay, pull in that belly center, right? Just like when you're running, you pull in. Good. 2. Exhale, release. We are going down, people. Let's go down to our back. Okay, go ahead. I don't have a strap with me, but we'll just modify. Good. From here, I want you just to come into easy pose for a second, just or structured pose. Just bring your back flat, open up your hands into cactus, and just let the knees stay bent. Okay, we did a lot of power work today. We want to rest. And from here, just resting, right? Feeling your power, maybe saying that affirmation again. I am successful and powerful and confident in all my ventures. And as you root down that right foot, bring the left to the ceiling. Point and flex. Point and flex. Roll it out in circles. Roll out the ankle. And then opposite direction. And then release that. Bring the right foot up. Roll it out, or actually point and flex first. Feel through the heel, right? Breathe into the calf. Exhale, point. Breathe into the shin. Keep going. And then when it feels good, just roll out that ankle. Roll out the foot. And then opposite direction. So good. Bring both feet up. Start to shake them out. Shake them out. So this is what we're doing. Releasing the charge. Okay. I actually do want to get my scarf. So go ahead, guys. Roll over. See if you have a yoga strap nearby or a scarf. I'm just going to grab mine. Take a moment. Grab something nearby. Okay, my infinity scarf was nearby. Hopefully that will do. Oh, I'm very clashy here. Sorry about that. And you're going to start to bring, let's start with the left foot. And you're going to bring the strap around the foot. Again, you can kind of point and flex. And if you really don't have it, you're like, Jenny, really? You're telling us now? You can start to just bring your hand behind your thigh, okay? But the point of the scarf here is actually to get a charge. So I'm trying to bend the knee a little bit and then exhale, push it out, right? Bend the knee and then release it. And you might start to feel some shakiness here, and that's good. Bend the knee and then shake it out. Bend the knee and then shake it out. Good. Now I want you to keep the knee bent. And you're going to keep the knee bent and push into the scarf with the ball of the foot and keep the shoulders relaxed. It's a lot going on. Okay, we want to have a nice strong core, ladies, Kegels, okay? And you're going to keep the knee bent and still push against that scarf. And I'm finding quite a, not a violent shake, but a little bit of a shake here. Okay, a little bit of a charge coming out. And this is, again, a grounding exercise, but it's really good for the power chakra as well, the power center. Good. Now go ahead from here. We're going to start to bring that foot out to the side a little bit. And again, if you don't have a scarf, you're just holding the outside of your thigh. Okay? And you're going to kind of let it just come down to the side. And if it doesn't go all the way, you can use a prop, you can use pillows, you can use blocks to let it lay on. Okay? You want to try to keep this knee straight, not way out, but that's okay if it does. Good. Just opening up all that energy that you kind of brought into yourself today. We're just going to release a little bit of it. And then if it feels good to cross over the body, cross into a more of a twist. Good. So there's a place for keeping the hip straight, so this knee up. But if it feels good to straighten that bottom leg and let it roll all the way over into a big twist, you can let it, just see what the body needs. I'm going to keep it pretty straight today. Just let it come across the body so I feel a nice calf stretch. 3 more breaths. And 2. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, release that. Second side. You're going to strap it up, or if you don't have a strap, you're just going to let the hands be nice and strong and flat and start to bend the knee. You can even grab around the thigh if that's a different version you want and reach it out. Okay, you can start to feel shake there. The strap I love because you feel the resistance, right? Good, so you bend the knee, keep the hips square, straighten it out. Bend the knee, keep the hips square, right? Meaning feel both hips on the mat. Bend, straighten it out. You're going to bend the knee, straighten it out. And so you're feeling that shake. You're feeling that charge come out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Once you start to feel this good spot where you've kind of got out a few, I want you to bend the knee and try to keep that charge going. This one's a little more violent for me. Right? Let that charge come out. Release the charge. Keep breathing. Let it come out. And then as you, oh, there mine goes. Whew. Okay, and then as you exhale, let the foot come out to the side. You can hold the leg on the outside and just have it be a little bit. Or you can really release it all the way down. Grab that strap with the same hand as your foot is going down. And then your choice. You can keep that knee bent for stability. See if it comes out the other ways. Try to keep it straight or release the leg down. Okay? Then you just feel grounded in some way here, even though our hips open. 2 more. Okay, you're going to use that power, even though it's a little more passive now, and the groundedness of your foot or leg. Let's come all the way up. And then you exhale, let it cross the body. So again, it could be that you're lifting the hip up and you just love that twist. It actually feels really good on this side. But you also can keep the hip down, so keep that grounded hip down and just let it cross the body as much as it can with the hip down. Okay? Two more. Inhale back up. Exhale. It's done, guys. It's finished. Tetelestai. You can keep your knees up. You can keep your hands on your pelvis. You can keep your feet grounded. Or if you need to release into Shavasana, go for it. We've gone over a little, but just I want you to rest here. This is really important to rest in this one. Okay, just for a few moments. Breathe into the entire body, all the limbs. If you're diffusing essential oils, bring them into your olfactory system, into your limbic brain. So gorgeous. Let yourself be grounded here. Any thoughts that come up, let the breath take over. Any to-do list that you have, let the breath take over. If you have time, you can shut off the sound, or if you're watching the replay, stay here for several moments. I'll bring you back up in just a moment. Start to deepen your breath. Start to move the eyes and the ears and the toes and the fingers. I am confident. I am powerful. I am empowered. I am successful in all that I do. And as you exhale to bring the knees into the chest and rock side to side and over to one side, maintaining that gorgeous energy that you've created for yourself today. It was your decision to come to the mat. It was your decision to put on this video. Give yourself gratitude for that. Feel your power, maintain it, take it with you as your head is heavy. Roll up to seated. Stand erect in that superwoman, superman seated posture. I now claim my power to act. I am powerful and ready to choose for myself. I'm imagining a spark ignited in my power center and my heart, filling my body with energy. Seeing this intention flow from you to accomplish all your desires today, all your purposes for today and every day this week. Let's bring our hands together and sound one sound of peace. See if our power center has given power to our voice. Inhale. Feel it resonate within you. Feel it resonate from you. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today for our power session. Something that the Power Center loves is to get rid of anger. So doing anything today to release out of your voice, out of your body, through dancing, through voicing, through this movement, to get rid of blocked anger. It also loves love. It loves increasing love. And sometimes the way we can do that is increase our information, right? Knowledge is power. And so when you increase your information and understanding about something, then you have more power to deal with it instead of feeling powerless and like you don't have enough information. Another thing is laughter. Okay, so my classes aren't super funny, but like go and watch something funny, or actually there's a game that you can do with kids, and you can just sit in a circle and you can just go ha ha and make the kids. It's more fun with kids because like adults are like, you're not funny, but like ha 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 ha, and you just keep doing that, and it just gets silly. And another thing is just to take care of yourself, right? To increase your power. So whether that's a bath, I also brought my deep blue today. So this is something, I do a lot during quarantine. I do a ton. I just have so many projects going on, and of course doing these classes for you guys. And I have a lot of back spasms, right, with my injury. So I'm going to take deep blue and just rub it all over myself. I'm going to give you a lot of these links today in the link here of how you can get these. But the deep blue is so nourishing for muscle spasms, for pain, for arthritis, things like that. So taking care of yourself, if you have a bath, if you have a tub, nourishing Epsom salt baths, some of these essential oils that I mentioned, and come on over to the Oil This community. If you, by Jenny, you can find it over on Facebook, Oil This by Jenny. And we have a lot of self-care rituals. So guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for your community, your contribution. And we will see you. I'll post the videos, the 32 more videos that I have done on my channel for you to do this weekend. But we'll see you next week for more live. Have an awesome, awesome weekend, guys. And take care of yourself. Feel your power. Ciao, ciao.